know if they did the original justice though. So, um, so, man, um, I guess, so if you guys are cool with the idea of having it, so like, because like yeah, so if we're not, I don't want to do top down just because I've done it so much. So if you guys are cool with the idea of like team based like character switching like that, I was just thinking that would be a good way to do a different camera angle, but still but still do the team based thing. So I'm gonna start working on that sort of thing. If unless anyone like unless like speak now or forever hold your peace sort of thing, I guess. All right, Ivito, thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you again soon. Um, ooh. Oh yeah. All right. Yes, that sounds great. So if you guys like that, I think that's where I'm gonna start. And so, like I said, from here on out, I'm probably gonna be a lot less of a facilitator of the discussion. So you are basically all the boss at this point. You are all calling the shots. Isometric. I know that word. I know what that word means. Uh, yeah, right. And it could be. I think, right? Isometric means like on a grid, right? Or no, wait, no. Isometric. No, wait, no. Yeah, isometric is like Sim City, right? Where it's like uh is that am I getting that right? Isometric uh isometric. Yeah, what's an example of an isometric game? Uh bot So, so is that an allusion to the fact that we're making a sexy game? Is that you want the camera angle upward? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't even finish that thought. Isometric game, isometric graphics in video game and pixel art. What the heck? The opening sentence is isometric refers to some form of parallel projection, commonly a form of diametric projection. Oh, right, that clarifies everything. What? Uh, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, alright. So, huh. Interesting. Um, alright, yeah, I can just start, uh, who is Captain Capsule? Who is Captain Capsule? Uh, isn't no one in chat? I guess yeah. No, I guess hypothetically it doesn't. It doesn't have to be anyone in chat because just from the links I posted, you could deduce. I might use that art. I'll have to modify it a bit because that I think is over the line. I would have to say. Um, all right, so I'll just work. I'll start. I won't worry about controls yet. I'll just start working on the concept of like active team membership and switching between team members. So I the main camera is basically like the player in this game because you won't stick to any one character. You'll move from character to character. So I'll yeah. So this I'm just gonna call this the sun because I don't know whatever. And then cube. I don't know. That'll become something at some point. But this the main like basically the controller script I'm going to add to the camera because that's gonna be consistent. I don't think we'll have. Actually, I guess we could have a camera per character and switch between cameras too. I've never done that before. I've only ever used one character for a game, but like, oh hey, Captain Capsule. Yes, sorry, I wasn't sure if you were just following along on Twitter or if you were actually in the channel as well. I I might have to make some slight edits to that image before I actually implement it in the game. But thank you for that because no, it does look great. I think it's yeah, with just a slight tweak, then I think we can hit something. Uh, so How do you switch between cameras? I've actually never done that before. I guess I might as well look that up. Uh, do I? Yeah, no. So Unity script C sharp switch camera. I don't know how that works. Main camera switch. How does that go? Uh, um, uh, so you can activate and deactivate cameras if you get a hold of the object that holds them. Camera object is the right. Okay. So camera. Huh. Wait. You just activate and deactivate cameras? That seems weird. Cause like, what happens if multiple cameras are active at the same time? What does that even mean? Um. Hmm. Oh wait. What? Oh. Oh. Wait. What? Hmm. All right. Well. Yeah. Apparently that's how you do it. Apparently you just have multiple cameras and you set. All right. Sure. Sure. Why not? All right. So I guess actually the main camera isn't really the controller object in this game. Uh. So like I guess I don't know. I like always have a controller object. So like that's funny because it's not really any of the usual choices, which I like because that means that I have to do something new instead. Uh, all right. Yeah. See, have a wonderful pizza, Smelson. um, Mr. CEO, sir. Um, that's funny. Uh, can you just put a script nowhere? Can you just have a script? I'm assuming not. I guess I could just put it on the sun. Guess whatever. I don't know. Why not? Uh, uh, sure. So I guess actually I guess I should put. Well, no, I guess I haven't really figured out what I'm doing with the camera exactly. It could. Hmm. Yeah, no, I don't know what to do with the camera actually. All right. So um. All right. So yeah, we need a concept of like characters and um. I feel like this is probably a situation where I should probably just like make a class for characters, but I never end up doing that because it's always just like there's always I always find it always gets to the point where there's more to work around than I actually get out of using that sort of thing, and I just end up like working around it and doing it my own like my own in my own other manner. So so yeah, I might not ultimately. In which case, I guess I'd want to be just setting up. No, maybe I really should this time. Maybe I should actually like do it and stick with it. Uh, I guess. Uh, hmm. Yeah. So we have. We'll have. I don't know. I like having I like one of my favorite games is Final Fantasy Tactics. I like that there are like those some stages where you have like a significant number of like guys on the field. I guess actually in Final Fantasy Tactics, you never have so many units on the field. I hmm. And I guess part of that is because like the more units you put on the field, the more complex gameplay gets. Um, so yeah, maybe we shouldn't aim for like adding tons of characters to the field. Or actually, if we do, then I guess we would have to keep in mind that the rest of the game would have to be pretty similar or pretty relatively pared down. Conversely, so as not to get out of scope. So, um, hmm, I'm gonna crack another can of soda because this is probably like the latest I could probably be drinking soda after this point. I should probably stop drinking soda. Otherwise, I'm never gonna fall asleep later. Um, and actually, I shouldn't even be having this one, but whatever. so, uh, yeah. So, like, my first instinct was set this up so as to support a great number of characters. But again, this is all open for all of your decision making. So when it comes time, when I say something dumb and something that you all don't like, I hope you will call me out on it. And also, I hope you will call it the things that you do want in the game as well. It could be that I mean, this is also the part of the event where it gets a little quieter because, for one thing, a lot of people are off now making art, such as Captain Capsule's wonderful image that he put together. So yeah, if you're doing that, I'm sure I'll hear from you again soon, as is typically the case. But I well, all right. So I guess like the one thing that was mentioned is isometric, and the bottom up perspective. I sure. Sure, why not? So I'm not. Right. So I kind of was making a crude joke the last time I addressed that topic, but we can totally do these things. Um, uh, yeah, maybe after the stream today, I can look up Syndicate and try and get some inspiration from that. Right now, I have no clue what Syndicate is, so I'm not going to be able to pull much from it. But uh, uh, yeah, that's so. Those are the two, I guess, the two strongest things that I'm hearing from chat right now. So I guess those are the things that I'll go for. Yeah. So I noticed like Stream Jam hasn't been used since Stream Jam hashtag apparently was used before, but not since like 2011 was the last time it got used. So I figure that one looks clean enough that we could probably use it. I don't think we're gonna get too much noise on that one. Although I guess I was looking for top results. I didn't look for like all results. Stream Jam. I I guess if I look at all results, is that no? Yeah, no. I was the first person to use it since 2011. So, uh, uh, so yeah. If you guys want to send stuff my way, you can tweet it at me. You can yeah, and actually at this point you can just hashtag StreamJam, and I can find it that way as well. Cool. Uh, that is a great idea. Uh, uh, Sorry, I'm just setting up that search so that I can see it intermittently. I just had it open, but I accidentally closed it. All right. So isometric top up. That's how it is. I wonder what the old Stream Jam was. I wonder what Stream Jam was way back in 2011. I'll have to look into that. um, uh, so right, I'm really not making. I really haven't put pen to paper yet, as it were. But I mean that if you've seen into the stream before, you'll know that is how I tend to work. I tend to I've tend to I basically like pseudocode it in my head before I put it to paper, um, which is why I talk a lot as well. um, so hypothetically, if we're doing bottom up, I'm just trying to visualize that really. I'm trying to see like in my brain space, like what are we seeing on screen at any given time? Like clearly we're seeing. I mean, it's almost as if there's no difference between bottom up and top down, especially with my minimalist art style where everything is a cube anyways. Like, what is the difference between the bottom and the top of a cube? Like visually, nothing. um, but is there what can we do with that to make it meaningful so that well for one thing to make it apparent so that people can see that it is happening, but also meaningful so that people know why it's happening, or there's like what can we get out of oh well here's something the sky. Well, I mean this sounds very obvious, but what we can get out of a bottom up view that we can't get out of a top down view is knowledge about what might be in the sky. Uh, so I was just thinking back. I mean, so then, yeah. So the first thing that crossed my mind, we can see stuff like stars. Actually, that wasn't even my first thought. My first thought was we can see if something's about to fall on us. Is one of the oh, and it's a survival game, right? So we can see the sky. We can see if something's about to fall on us, and it's a survival game. I feel like that. I feel like that's. I feel like that's a connection. I think that's important. I feel like if we're gonna go in this direction, uh, so that's not all the pieces, of course, because we have a lot to work with. Actually, we have so it's team based. So okay, how about this? We can see if things are falling from the sky, and maybe maybe the camera is wide enough that we can see, excuse me, some of our teammates, but maybe we can't see all of our teammates. So, or maybe we can. Maybe we have perfect information. Maybe we can see literally the entire board, and so we can at any time see what's going to fall on our teammates. But in order to get our teammates out of the way, we have to I mean we have to be controlling like I mean it's team based, so maybe there are actions that a character can take to save their teammate, and then maybe your options if one of your teammates are in danger is that you can save them, or you as a character in the game can save another character in the game, or you can switch over to that character and then have them save themselves. So this is a sexy game. Sorry, I'm always gonna laugh when I say that. I'm going to laugh literally every time I say that. So maybe there's an advantage to saving someone instead of switching to that person and having them save themselves. Maybe there's some benefit to benefit to to saving one of your teammates, and because at that point essentially they owe you their life. Um, uh, so I don't know. I'm basically just like throwing ideas out there at this point to see what sticks. But I mean, I feel like if you guys are cool with that, like I feel like that all makes sense. Uh, so I'll probably start doing stuff like that. So how do you so if that is important and if we are going in that direction, how do you save your teammates when things are falling from the sky? Thank you. Yeah. Whoa, what's my keyboard doing? My keyboard is like flashing for some reason. It's like, what do you want, keyboard? Oh, I think it's trying to tell me I'm at full power, fully charged. All right. um, all right. So isometric. Huh. Yeah. So I don't know if this is what isometric means, but it seems like, or no, maybe this is what isometric means. It's like a grid like all my games are not really isometric because like all the games I've made so far have been grid based, but they're like there's like a flat edge towards the camera, like RCTY. Like it's on a like if I understand isometric correctly, the only difference between isometric and like this would be like if the camera was rotated 45 degrees and so you moved at diagonals instead of moving perpendicularly. So yeah, we can totally do that too. So it's basically just diagonal grid. So it's the same thing I always do, except at a diagonal. And I'll probably code it and everything just like I usually do. Like it'll probably work exactly the same, and then I'll probably just rotate the camera 45 degrees. Because right, that's how an isometric game is made. Um, so uh, so yeah, I don't know why we can see up from underground. Because like in order to convey this information, like you kind of have to see up from underground, right? Either that or that sounds awesome. Uh, um, oh yeah, all right, right. Okay, yeah, all right. So that's interesting. So so maybe so what if instead of seeing up from underground, all right, yeah, so that part's easy enough to fix. I can just so I'm just gonna close Unity and reopen it. Whoops, yeah, save main dot Unity. Just because my taskbar keeps getting screwed up for some reason. I don't know why it keeps happening, but anyways, that fixes it. All right, so yeah, camera orthographic. Uh, all right, so maybe you don't actually maybe maybe you just look up. Maybe you're just looking up at the sky. Oh yeah, so the other thing that I liked about this was that this direction is that someone suggested nighttime as a theme, and someone suggested so the night sky stood out in my mind as like something interesting to see because of those things. Uh, all right, cool. Was it a spontaneous sort of thing, like just on the spot? He started like freestyling it, or was like, because I have a great appreciation for people who can bust out stuff like that. All right, so yeah. So alternately, like if oh wait, if we're looking at the night sky, we should also you know what? Maybe we will just use one camera. Maybe we will just use one camera, and we'll just like snap it to whoever's doing whatever at whatever time. Or ooh, you know what else is we could the instead of I don't know. I might need a little bit of input before moving on this because this one might be a little bit crazy. But what if you didn't switch between characters? What if you could always control all of the characters all at the same time? What if the screen was like split into what if the screen was split into like multiple views and you were literally seeing through all of the characters' eyes all at the same time? That might be a little crazy. I might need to do a little like experimentation to see if anything even remotely like that could work. Because on the one hand, I think it'd be fun, but on the other hand, I don't know how that would work. I have no clue how that would work. Uh, um, all right, so um, I might try that. Unless anyone talks me out of it real soon, I'm probably gonna try that actually. Uh, excuse me. Um, All right, yeah, cool. That I'm gonna take that as the one vote that I needed in order to think that this might be a good idea. The orthographic thing, yeah, that could still work. Uh, yeah, that'll work. I think. I feel like. Yeah, actually, ooh, in a lot of ways, orthographic is actually easier than how I've been doing it previously because I've been doing it previously like because the grid was orthogonal to the edges of the screen. The control scheme was like at weird diagonals, but if the world is at weird diagonals, then the control scheme is actually orthogonal to the screen. All right, so I honestly have no clue what's gonna happen, you guys. I'll be honest, I have no clue. Um, for one thing, how do I even do this? Uh, what would happen if I had multiple cameras? What would that even mean? So now I have multiple cameras. But what does that even mean? I don't. Is it yeah? What happens if you have like multiple cameras in a scene? I've never done this before. So, well, wait. I have multiple cameras. Does it? Does it? It seems like it's just choosing one. It seems like it's just choosing this one. Like they're both active as far as I can tell, uh, but it's only showing us one of them. Uh, huh. I don't know. Oh no. Oh wait. Oh my gosh. I completely forgot about. Oh wait, no. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. I completely forgot about unintentional voguing. Um, the you know what I completely forgot about, you guys, was the theme of the jam is infinite. But you know what's really fortunate is the sky, totally infinite. And then we're totally using the sky. So saved by sheer dumb coincidence. Um, uh, huh. So, huh. I'm just like, all right, yeah. So my first thought was like we would actually literally have like split screen, and I don't know how to do that actually. I mean, there must be some way to do it. I'm just not sure what that is, what that way is. Uh, yeah. So, uh, um, I know I've been saying a lot of things out loud as like what we could possibly do, but I don't know. I might keep doing that for a little while longer. I don't know. Um, because the other thing that just occurred to me is that if instead the entire team if the entire team sorry. If the entire team just took up the same screen space, one fun control scheme I think would actually be to, if you click and drag off of a character, like let's say this is a character, if you click and then like drag up and over or something, if you could like trace out a path, ooh, I don't know how I would do that. I mean, it would be orthographic, so you'd be drawing it out on a grid. Yeah. So you'd be drawing out a path on a grid, and then you could issue commands for all of your units, and like you could kind of do like multi-party coordination in that way. Um, hmm. Yeah. So I guess maybe I'll just keep saying ideas, and then once I mean, we could vote on them and stuff, but the the uh, Yeah, I might also just rely on people's participation in chat for influence as well. Because like I mentioned before, this is also the tends to be the part of the jam where it gets a little quieter. So, all right. Assuming we're not pulling out the rug from out, blah, 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 assuming we're not pulling the rug out from under anyone, we might continue to like shift and change the ideas. And also like yeah, like I might give a few different approaches, like maybe like a half hour of dev time to see which one in the early stages feels like the right way to go. So yeah. Uh, huh. Excuse me. Sorry. That was just my thinking noise, apparently. I was just thinking of like control schemes. Like, so if this is, if not everything happens all in like one screen, like if you can actually move the camera around, then I was thinking like about like zooming in and zooming out, like panning and zooming in and zooming out. And So then it was just occurring to me like I could use the mouse wheel hypothetically just for zooming in and zooming out now, and then I try not to do things like I don't know. I'm just very mobile oriented, so I tend to make things that would will also work on mobile, and so in that way yeah, just thinking ahead like so that is something that I think would work on mobile because uh, there's the common convention on mobile for zooming in and zooming out, which is just the pinch gesture. So it wouldn't be automatic. I would have to, in order to port it to mobile, I would have to, set up that control scheme. But that is totally doable. I don't know why I'm thinking ahead like that. I just how my brain works. Um, so, uh, sorry, a good song came on. I was really into it. Um, there must be a way to have like split screen. I'll just look it up. Why try and guess? Unity script C sharp split screen. Let's see what that comes up with. So. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, like Unity has like a Unity has like a concept of touches. So like yeah, you can have like an array of touches and whoa. Oh no. Ah, I'm so sorry to hear that, Tom. I yeah, I hope that's not the case. Um because that's awful. I really hope that's not the case. I hope you get a better prognosis because that sounds really awful and really tough, and I'm sorry to hear you're going through that. Yeah, you'd mentioned that something sucked, but yeah, I never heard you really talk about it in such specific terms. So, gosh, I'm so sorry uh, that you have to that's something that you have to experience. Either way, like regardless of what it is, that just sounds that just sounds really really hard. So yeah, so yeah, best wishes, and I honestly have no clue how any of that stuff works. So I, oof. It's always a weird feeling because I always feel so like helpless in cases like that, and so I mean I wish there's something I could do, but honestly I have like no clue. Let me know if there is, I guess, because I sure as heck don't have any idea about stuff like that. Um, but I guess in the meantime, we so that's cool. Well, so yeah, the other thing though is that like young people have like young people young people are resilient in a certain way as well. I don't know how that works actually. I shouldn't talk about medicine because I have no clue how it works. Uh, I already know about that. Thank you, Kamegabot, though. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's what it meant by mod icons. Oh, yeah, I was wondering what. There was an option to disable mod icons, and I wasn't sure what that meant. Yeah, I did ban you, Komega. Yeah, and I guess if people didn't know already, you can get Metro 2033 for free to get today from the Humble Bundle. Um, so, uh, all right, so it looks like there is a way to do split screen if we wanted to. Use the normalized viewport rectangle option in your camera. Normalized viewport rectangles are specifically for defining a certain portion of the screen so that the current camera will be drawn upon. It's easy to create two players. So yeah, it looks like that really would be an option. So that could be worth checking out. The thing I kind of like about that is that like you would be seeing the same scene, but you would be seeing it through four different perspectives all at the same time, and so you'd never really have all the information, but you would have you'd have like four windows into that information, so you could kind of all piece it together. But maybe that would be really like conceptually strange. So I don't know. Um, huh. Uh, I think I might want to try that one. I actually, after saying that one at DA Loud and then coming up with the other thing about that alternate control scheme, I kind of actually like the alternate control scheme better. So I might go with that one instead. But I don't know. I like this, and maybe a jam isn't the time to be chasing down just any stray idea that strikes my interest. But uh, all right, yeah. Thank you, TTK. You're a great influence, and because I trust your judgment, I'm gonna open up that whatever that thing is that you were talking about in the background, and I'm gonna watch it, or I'm just gonna have it like playing on my other computer in the background. I'm probably gonna get really distracted by it at some point and have to stop watching it at some point, but for now, oh my god. Oh my gosh, I had one of my other windows minimized and I wasn't. Excuse me. I had my other window minimized, and so I wasn't looking at my other monitor, but so I missed this that Captain Capsule sent over more art, and this one is just hands down amazing. This one I think is magnificent, I would say. Like pretty much perfect on every level. I just hold on, right. So the reason I was reminded of this is because I happen to remember that it was in my Twitter notifications that TCK sent over the link to whatever it was that we're talking about. Indie Weekend. Indie Weekend. Indie Weekend. Is it on their main site that right? Isn't that so good? Isn't that so good? Oh wait, I have to favorite that right now. I think I should probably retweet it too, right? Uh, yeah, that's it's kind of amazing. Okay. um, all right. Hold on. What the heck am I looking at over here? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, there's the streams. What link? I'm trying to click you, Link. I tried to click you. CubeTubers is their thingamajig. Sorry, I'm just setting up on something on my my other computer real quick. So I can get that set up pretty quick. Boom. Uh, all right, and then I will get immediately back to it. So let's try out the split screen thing. Let's at least try it out because I think there are some fun things that we can do with that, and I think I think there are some good things that we can get going just from that. All right, so and it might just be an experiment. It might just be an experiment that we try and forget. But right. All right, so normalized viewport rectangle. Where do I find something like that? Rendering path? No. Normalize. Yeah. Wait. Does this guy tell us? Oh yeah. Thank you, TTK. I guess. Yeah. I'm putting this on in the background. So if anyone else wants to know what I'm putting on in the background, it's Whoops. No. Well, actually. Wait. Is that? Oh yeah. All right. This is what I'm looking at in the background. So if I end up making a comment about it, you guys, who knows, maybe you'll want to have it on in the background as well. It seems like a cool thing because it's associated with what, like Child's Play or something, like some, yeah, raising money for cool causes. So yeah, I am always in favor of stuff like that. So I don't have any donation links set up or anything, but if you guys feel like donating anything to anything today, I will officially endorse that. So officially, I like using the word official because it makes me feel special. It makes me feel like anyone cares about my opinion. All right. Normalized viewpoint rectangle. So let's learn more about normalized viewport rectangle. I guess this probably doesn't have much to do with script. Camera. Yeah. So apparently, oh, no, I don't know. I was just gonna say something dark, but I probably shouldn't. Normalized viewport rectangle. Wait, is that just legit like a setting in here? No. Oh, viewport rect. Viewport rect? Maybe. Oh, look at that! Hey! Blammo! Alright, so that's... There. Alright, so now we just need, now we just need 4 cameras, and, they can each have a corner of the screen. So you can start at, 0.5, I guess. Alright, I guess I should actually make it like 0.48 or something like that. 0.48, so there's a slight, oh, and then it would be like 0.51, I guess. Or 0.52, I guess. Yeah, because we don't need an outside edge. And actually, so yeah, 0.49, I guess. And 0.51. Oh, sorry, that's the song that I'm listening to right now. It goes something like that. 0.49. Tab 0.49. Wait, why is that one? Oh yeah, no, not 0.51. No, 0.5. Wait, what? Wait, why are they different? Why are they different? Wait, what? Oh, right, because the because this is just the other ones. So right, this has to go to like, 0.5, 0.5, and 0.5. All right, and then yeah, set them all to. I guess I can actually do 0.495. Actually, I guess you can multi-edit them at this point. So 0.495, 0.4495. What? Wait, what? Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, right, right. Yeah, 5-1, 5-1. Wait, no, 5 505. No, 5-1. I don't know. I don't know. I'll just do point 0.5 for now. Point 0.5 fine. All right. Doesn't have to be exact. Uh, and whatever, I'll go 0.949, I guess. I can always tune this up. It doesn't have to be super precise for starters. I can always tune this up, assuming we, 10 borders. Hold me close, young tiny boy. No, okay, no, 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 I don't know what it is. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea. I don't know what's happening on the other station, by the way, but they're having a pretty spectacular fight right now onto, like, hanging cargo containers. Either that or they're having a good hug. A highly active hug. You know, one of those hugs where you just... Or they're dancing, I guess? No, yeah, they're dancing, I think. They're doing, like, the tango or something. Up on two swinging cargo containers. What a lovely game. Alright, so I guess we should have, like, cubes. And, Earn scope. Alright, yeah. 505. Yeah, it would have been, right? Okay, thank you. So, yeah, we're making... So, just to preface this, we all voted, and this is how we came up with what to make. And after the results of voting, it was decided that the theme of the jam is infinite. So the theme of the jam is infinite, and the type of game we are going to make is a sexy team-based survival game. Yeah. So one of the ideas that I'm trying right now, just to see how it goes, is to split the viewport into quadrants, so that so we have like 4 players split screen, and you control all of them at the same time? Question mark. So a few other interesting components about this game that we kind of decided is that it will be isometric. So I should probably rotate all the cameras by like 45 degrees, right? Because that's what isometric means. It means they're rotated about which axis? Oh wait, no. Actually, I guess if they're going to be bottom up, I should also reposition them. So they actually have to be rotated about the x-axis by like 90 degrees to be pointed upwards. Yeah. So let's keep the cube visible so that we have some frame of reference. Wait, the bottom of the cube is brightly colored? Am I seeing this correctly? That's... Oh no, wait. Are they... Yeah, they're looking upwards, right? Is that upwards or downwards? Oh no, maybe they're looking downwards. Hold on. So maybe I was supposed to do negative 90? Yeah, I was probably supposed to do negative 90. Yeah, alright, there we go. Oh, and I have to put the cameras below the boxes. Alright, good. So, right, so... It's darkened. They're darkened because our light source is from below. I'll admit I was on board with it. I was definitely a part of the whole thing, but I mean, so we're doing a stream jam, and so everyone's participating. The reason we're voting on things is because I'm specifically trying not to call the shots, and it's hard for me though. I'm a bit of a control freak, but I'm doing my best to not call the shots. Yeah. So I mean, the cool thing about that is that it encourages me to work on projects that I would not be working on left to my own devices. Like I can say fairly conclusively I would never have come up with this on my own. But yeah, no, I don't mean to hate on the theme, because I was very much a part of the whole decision making process. So, well, yeah. So I'm not much of an artist myself. My games tend to use small representational shapes, but I also from doing these stream jams, I've been getting in the habit of of implementing other people's art. So anyone who wants to make models or really anything for like any manner of art for the project, that's very much encouraged. So the cube's at the origin, so I'll zero out the cameras such and such position so that they're all centered. I should also have like multiple cubes, assuming that the characters can see themselves. So I'll also have 4 cubes, and I guess I might as well parent the cameras to the cubes. I mean, I could do that either way. I should also figure out which one is which, just so that I can keep track of of which are which. So this one is yeah, wait. So okay, so 0 0 is bottom left. So you will be cube BL. And you're not going to be a cube forever, but you are a cube right now. So this one is, wait, that was right, right. Yeah, 0 0 0. This one is 0.50. So, oops. So this one is bottom right. Bottom right. This one is 0.5, so this is top right. Top right, and then this one is obviously top left because it's the only other one. So yeah, what do I have to do to prove whether this will or won't work? Oh yeah, that was the other thing I was going to do. I was going to make the cameras orthographic, by which I mean rotating them 45 degrees, right? All right, yeah, 45 degrees. 45 degrees in this direction, because that's what orthographic means, right? All right, so hey, Little Miss Little Miss Fanboy, welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we're making a game. We were just talking about it a little bit. There's a brief description of the game down in the. Yeah, I know that was why I had to take 2 tries in order to pronounce it, in order to say it out loud. So oh, actually, you know what? I don't have to show the bond buttons on this screen. I can show the bond buttons on my other screen. All right, so yeah, let's so yeah, what do I have to prove? What do I have to do to prove whether this will or won't work? Well, I guess just for starters, I'm gonna just move the cubes around so that they're not all on top of each other. Man, I'm gonna get. Whoops. Oh yeah, I can also not worry about their cameras right now. Doop-a-doop, deep-dop-a-doop. Cha-cha-cha. Oh wait, top right. I don't know. Not that it matters where they go exactly, but yeah. All right, so we've got this team dynamic setup-y thing going on. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Sorry, I can still see your other art on my other screen, and it's fantastic. Like that would definitely be like cover art or like box art or it's got to be something, right? Uh, yeah. So yeah. So anything people want to submit to the project, I can work on ways to get it integrated. It helps though. I mean, like there are some things that just literally won't fit into the project. Like for example, since we decided to do bottom up instead of top down camera, you know, some things that we'll never see in this game are like the ground, for example. We'll just never see the ground. So if you come up with like a really cool ground texture, it's like cool, but like, you know. So yeah, so one thing I would advise is like before you spend too much time making an asset, like talk about it in chat a little bit, because other people on the project can probably give you a sense as to like, you know, whether they think that's going to work well or if that might not work as well. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess hypothetically we could leave this open-ended to be multiplayer. I don't know if I'm gonna do multiplayer right now, but like, I mean, yeah, if this game used multi-touch, like if we made it for mobile, like multi-touch, then I don't know if I'm actually gonna make it. I mean, I could make it mobile for the jam. I could implement multi-touch and make this a mobile project for this jam. Is that TTK? Is that other stream? Is that about narwhals? It looks like it might be about narwhals right now, and that's amazing if it's about narwhals. Uh, um, so yeah. So this is our team. This is our sexy survival team. Hey, we got a new follower. Smelson, thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Is what I always say when I get a new follower. And yeah, thank you. It makes a cool noise in my ear when that happens. So thank you for making me hear a cool noise too. Um, yeah. Yeah. So in order like I guess I hadn't given much thought, but I kind of like stumbled into usage of the theme infinite in that because the cameras are bottom up instead of top down, we're staring into the sky and the sky is infinite. So there's that. We could do I will probably want to do more to integrate the theme so that it's not like just an accidental thing and there's actually like something very deliberate about it. Unless we feel that just the sky, unless our usage of the sky is just so on point that we feel that is encapsulating. But uh, yeah. So if we do anything with yeah. So if we make, yeah, making things that we would see in the sky is great. And then just to reiterate, because the cameras are bottom up, anything that we see in the sky would literally be viewed from the bottom up. So like to see a hot air balloon, it would basically look like a circle with like a little square in the middle because you'd be seeing like the bottom of the basket and then like the outside of the balloon. Assuming it was assuming it was like the traditional shape for a hot air balloon. Yeah. um, so just as a way to I don't I don't know if it'll work for the multi-camera thing, but one way I was thinking that we could introduce into one one way I was thinking that we could make this game like to fulfill our the advertised romantic value of this game, because remember we decided like the romance component is not part of the theme, it's part of the game mechanics. So I was thinking like it's team based and like the squad can move independently, but I was thinking like if certain squad members are in peril at different times, then maybe one way to save an imperiled team member, because remember it's about survival, so peril is going to be a frequent occurrence in this game. Maybe one way to save one of your this idea is kind of out there, but yeah. So maybe one way to save your teammates is if two members of the squad get close to each other. I'm going to describe this in a family friendly way. If two squad members get close to each other, perhaps time slows down. Is my interpretation of of how how we might accomplish that. I don't know, and of course there are a million things that we could do with that. So that was just the first one that came to my mind. Um, oh yeah, and right, yeah, we could like hugging could be what you do to an injured teammate to save them from I again, yeah. The only reason I'm spitballing these things is because this tends to be the part of the jam where people get very like introspective and very we just hashed out, we just made so many decisions up front that we tend to get a little bit this tends to be a slower part of the experience. So baby cubes. Well, okay. So how about the game is infinite? The game runs infinitely, and we'll make it so that after two team members become close, then if you let the game run for 9 months, continue 9 continuous months, then hey, Aeronscope, thank you for following. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Um, so if this if this game is infinite, then then maybe we can have it in real time too. So uh, you just play the game for 9 consecutive months without restarting or rebooting or anything, and then you get baby cues, right? That's how that works, right? Uh, all right, I guess the thing I was gonna do, actually, the thing I was gonna do about the control scheme, I guess we could do that with this view too. The only difference would be that, oh yeah, no, you can just like tap anywhere on any of the yeah, now you don't even have to drag anymore. Now you could just like, so like for this view, you could just like tap here, for example, and your little guy would start going off in that direction. Oh, another cool thing that we can do is we can kind of colorize the we can kind of, oh gosh, my perspective is really, oh, I'm upside down. Whoops, I was like, why are the controls inverted? But yeah, all right, there we go. That was really confusing for a second there. All right, yeah. So the other thing I'm gonna do is just change the sun so that we can actually so like instead of 50, it'll be like -50. Uh, so we can see what's happening. And also, yeah. So I'm thinking I might use color cues to control or to distinguish between what yeah, so the different screens, so that it's clear at any given time which cube you're controlling and which viewport. Because if the two are close together, you might accidentally click the wrong one. Um, um, you might accidentally click so like if two of the cubes were positioned too closely, like let's say this one, like let's say, yeah, so like in this viewport, suddenly it's like it might be slightly unclear which of the two you're controlling, but yeah, we can fix that pretty easily. So yeah. Oh yeah. So one thing to point out real quick is that we can use anything for this project as long as it's something that you make for the project here and now. Because it's a jam, we're not accepting assets that you've made previously. So if you want to make something for the jam, like you can leverage like tools that you have at the ready. Like it doesn't have to be literally 100% made from scratch, but entirely prefabricated assets. I'd prefer we actually just make stuff for the project. And the other thing is it does have to be something you made. You can't take it from somewhere else because this project is going to be 100% original from everyone that we work with. From everyone working on the project here today. Another quick reminder: if you want your name in the credits, tweet at me how you want your name to show up and what you want your job title to be. My Twitter handle is at srsly_bz. There's a link to it under the stream or in the info panel. All right, so color codes. Yeah, I'm gonna go with what then? I guess I'll just make some materials for our friends. For starters, so I'll just go with BL mat, create material, BR mat, create material, TL mat, and TR mat. TR meant. Alright, so BL gets BL. BR gets BR. BR. I'm going to want to say every time. TL gets TL. Alright, so then, I don't know, I'll just go fairly primary, because again, I tend to use primary representative things. So, for example, so maybe this one will be, oh yeah, how do I want to do this? So, so, yeah, probably the character will be the bright color, and then the background will be the lighter color, probably. I mean, we can always change this. So like, so now, so that was what BL. So the main camera, I'll lighten up this texture a little bit. So it's like they'll still have the same tone, but they'll be distinguishable. And we'll also have to make sure that all of them are distinguishable. So BR, so BR, let's say that can be like blue, I guess, or yellow. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I should do the lighter tones first because so BR, yeah. Huh. No, I might not want to use yellow. What's a better color than yellow? I guess use purple or purple. Nah, too blue. Because I was planning on using green. So maybe orange. That might be too red, but whatever. It's probably better than yellow. Or I could just use I could just literally use like 4 hops around the color wheel. So like what? So if BL I probably shouldn't be spending so much time on art pass or on a color pass at this stage, but whatevs. So the color wheel goes to 360. So 0, 90, 90, TR would be 180, 180, and then TL would be 270. Seems fine, probably. Cool enough. A little bit tropical, a little fruity. What is this link? I'm opening on my other computer. Oh, yeah. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry for taking so long to respond. TTK is exactly right. As long as yeah, anyone, like literally anyone and everyone is welcome to participate in this jam. As long as they know that what they're doing, like it's not like as long as you don't lie to someone to get them to participate in the jam, then that's on the up and up. And they don't have to they don't have to be watching the stream to be like accredited participant in the jam. If you like if you get a contributor who wants to add something to the game and they want to be credited into the game, feel free to send along their name and how they want to appear in the credits as well. I used to work in AAA, and it always annoyed me to no end how credits were handled. If I seem hung up on credits and if I talk about the credits ad nauseum, it's because I used to get so like I don't know, the credit, like putting together the credits for a game always became such a hassle for whatever reason, and like they never came out very well. So I don't know, I just like doing credits in a fun way. Partly because I spent so long having credits done in an unimpressive way. But oh, cool. Oh yeah, I think I've seen sites similar to that one before. Aaron, the color thing that you suggested. I Part of the reason I spend so much time color picking is because I actually enjoy it. Is the funny part. Um, so yeah, I I don't know. I just if it gets too if I get hung up and or if I get blocked on it ever, I will stop being annoying about it. But yeah, no, for now I don't know, I kind of enjoy it. All right, wait, no, I don't need to do this one. Bottom right. All right, so now you're green all of a sudden. Except you're a lighter green. And then uh, top top right. Oh, I should change the order of these. Top right. It's like this, but a much lighter color. And then top left. Oh yeah, if anyone wants to see the link that Aaron Scope posted, and they don't have better Twitch TV, it's this one. Oh, cool. All right, yeah. GTK, you probably left already, but thank you. Yeah, thank you for stopping in, and yeah, I hope to see you again soon. Um, Aaron, that is a really cool idea. Maybe the next time I plan a stream jam, because this probably won't be the last. This certainly won't be the last stream jam. Maybe I'll try and get some other streamers to participate as well. That's an awesome idea. Um, all right, so top left camera. All right, so yeah, so interesting thing about this team is that they all see different colors in the sky, but they're all looking at the same sky. So I might want to change how that's represented. I might want to, instead of having like literally the sky be different colors, I might want it to be that there's some other indicator. But yeah, for now that's how it will go. And actually, I think I want to lighten up the. I want to do something with this to make those colors a little more distinct. And other than that, this is fine for now. The visibility is clear enough. Actually, I might want to change it for the bottom right as well, just ever so slightly. Specifically because it doesn't really pop on all of the backgrounds. Yeah, like this combo, not 100% about. So actually, maybe I should lighten up. Just lighten up the camera here. Yeah, that's probably fine. All right, so cool. Maybe this one as well. Again, I really shouldn't get hung up on color passes right now, but so I won't get super hung up on it. Just ever so lightly hung up on it. And I think that's good. All right. So yeah, now I'm probably gonna start. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, so I have these different screen spaces, right? And then, oh yeah, you know what else I can do now is I can have I don't have to have a border between the cameras anymore because they have different color backgrounds, and this will make the math much. Ooh, whoops, nope, not 5, point 0.5. Yep, nope, that was close. Wait, what? Did something just change? No, def -1. I don't know what that means. 0.5, yeah. Not 5, 0.5. Yeah, slight difference there. All right, yeah. So now, wow, that's just delightful. um, Cooler. Oh yeah. So yeah. So there are a lot of cool sites out there that you can just you can get they basically like people with really cool oh that is what that was. Okay, cooler. Yeah. Basically people with good color sense will put together like palettes. And so if you ever need to come up with like a color scheme for something that you're working on, basically like you have like you basically can like borrow the sensibilities of someone with like really good design sense in that regard. I I want to get a good color sense. Like I'd like to have a good color sense, and so I make myself do whatever sometimes. Like I know if I ever, I know like when working on like bigger projects, I would definitely defer to like the sensibilities of like a better artist than myself. But uh, where I can, I like to just practice that because the only way you get good at stuff like that is by practicing it. So, um, but I've spent enough time on that, I would say. So I should probably start putting together. Yeah, actually, what I was just thinking of is like the mechanisms of like how to play this game. So yeah, so the first thing that we can put in is fairly straightforward actually. I guess the sun is as good an object as any to put to use as the controller for this game. Um, oh, yeah, maybe we'll just have like flat coloring on this project because the other thing that occurred to me is that if we wanted to have like some slight depth of lighting to the characters, I have an octahedron shape that we could use instead of the cube shape. Um, but it's fine for now. I really shouldn't be spending this much time on the aesthetics. I tend to, but that's not because I should. All right, so yeah, so now that we have that set up, I'm gonna start. I'm actually gonna start working on the control scheme. So if you guys want to keep thinking about like how the game plays, like the obvious option is like because we're staring at the sky, and why would we stare at the sky in a survival game unless there's some threat that's coming from the sky? At least that's how I've been thinking. So if you guys want to start figuring out some of the details there, while I work on the control scheme and just get like the fundamentals set up, because I assume there's going to be some movement involved. Like games tend to have some movement involved because games with zero movement seem. I don't even know how that would work exactly. Uh, but yeah, so I feel like that's a something that we can take as a very strong likelihood, and so with that in mind, I'm going to start working on those things. I will do that. In fact, as soon as I get back, I'm going to take a very brief break to refill my water bottle because my throat is getting a bit. I'm just getting that slight sense of a parched sensation. So I'll be back, but I won't be gone long at all. I'm almost back already. I'm back. Hey, sorry for the delay. Uh, all right. Uh, so yeah. All right. So yeah, for our script to handle input, I mean the first thing we have to do is figure out where on the screen uh, the game got touched. So so to use the input system in Unity runs in the update. Particularly if you that is to say if you use input get button up, get button down, get button etc. etc. Those are all happening during update. So in the update, uh, we can say the way I tend to set things like this up. I tend to use a touch down and a touch up. Uh, I tend to run the same checks on down and up to ensure that the same action happened in both cases, and that's how this is, I mean, this is not like anything unique to my own development style. This is actually like a fairly common convention, but the the oh, sorry, just getting distracted by my other screen for a second. This is how yeah, you can kind of allow the give the user like the easy controls that feel responsive and also have a cancel mechanism. So on void update, if get or input dot get mouse button down 0. So if we click down, I really like C sharp. If you choose C sharp, I think that's a completely great choice. At least I'm entirely satisfied with it. Whether it's the correct choice for you, that could depend. That could depend. I feel it's the right choice for me because I've learned to program with C languages. I've spent the majority of my programming experience using C languages, so it's what's familiar to me, and so I don't really have to think about what I'm typing as much as I can just basically type in it just it reduces the mental bandwidth there. So yeah, there are a few cool color scheme sites. Color scheme designer, cool. Um, yeah, and those are, yeah, especially for something that you really want to look like glossy and like sharp. Yeah, like a professional's eye is always going to be better than an amateur's. I mean, that's what makes them a professional. So uh, it tends to be, or an expert at least, if not a professional. Uh, yeah, yeah. So it sounds like you could kind of go either way, right? And I really like C sharp. I don't know. I'm entirely biased because it's what I know best. But I've never thought to myself like, gosh, I really should switch to one of those other options. Uh, I, that's never been my experience with it. All right, so yeah, I tend to do what, like press pause, I guess. Mm. I guess I kind of have to do something a little more in depth for this one. I can do actually. Oof. I might want to do. I want to do like class press uh, with oh, student. I don't class press uh, with a what do I want to do here? Like is is what's the thing where uh what's the thing where you you get the screen position of the input. What is it? It's like input dot screen. No. What is it? It's like uh, I use it a lot. I don't remember exactly what what these things are called. Um, so input. It's like you get the position of where the input happened. Uh, no. Position. No. Mouse position? Yeah. Pixel coordinates. Alright, yep. Mouse position is what I was thinking of. Yay! Oh, sorry, I just, on my other screen, two of my friends retweeted my thing, which is just always a warm feeling. Uh, oh no, I saw a video on my other screen, but I've noticed. Oh wait, okay. Oh no, we're back. Okay, cool. And whenever people say they lost video, for some reason, my instinct is still to talk to them through through the camera. Although that's silly, I know. um, so, uh, um, let's right. So mouse position, right? Okay. So oh yeah, right. So the reason I was looking at mouse position is I was going to check what is mouse position. I think it's a vector 3. It's a vector 3, which is funny. It always seems funny to me because for mouse position to be a vector 3, that implies that there could be a third dimension to where a mouse is located. And I don't know, are like 3D mice like a more popular thing than I am realizing? Because like I always think of mice as two-dimensional, but maybe maybe I'm outdated. Maybe now that virtual reality is a thing, we're going to we're going to be seeing much more three-dimensional mice in the near future. Anyways, so right, yeah, so I guess so we'll have a vector 3 for I guess mouse paws, and can I initialize? I don't work with classes very often, so I don't know how I would. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be public. Public vector 3 mouse paws. Can I just say equals input dot mouse position? Like, can I? It's not mouse present. Mouse position. Can I just like do that up front? I don't know. It's probably gonna yell at me. But whatever. And then I'll also have a public vector 3 for. Oh, this one is. Oh, this one I guess I can't set up front, but because this is going to be based on the camera. I have to specify a camera in order to raycast from that camera to get coordinates for in order to get coordinates for like where in space we press. It's not just where on the screen, but like how that position of the screen corresponds to the position in space. So I mean, can classes? I guess classes can just have start, right? Is that like? Is that legit? I've never. Oh wait, hold on. I need to finish this. So mouse pause. So then. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I say this a lot. I'm not an engineer. I program to make my ideas manifest. All right. So I'll call it like I guess world pause as well. And I can't initialize that because if I can use void start, then I guess I can say yeah. So like if yeah. So if mouse pause dot x is less than screen dot width. X is width, right? And y is height. Yeah. Screen dot width divided by 2. Then that means we're on the left half of the screen. So then there'll be an else case wherein we're on the other half of the screen. And then we have if mouse pause dot y. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure screen space uses x and y. Excuse me. Z is the hypothetical 3D mouse position. Alright, so y is less than screen dot height. Whoa, how did that auto-populate? Screen dot height divided by 2. Then we're on the bottom half. Else we're on the top half. And I guess we can do this in both cases because I guess yeah, we can just say oh, huh. Yeah, maybe I don't want to do this inside inside press. Maybe I should just do this in mono behavior update. Because I don't even, for one thing, I don't even know if this will work. So, yeah, I'll just say, so what, like, so, press, get press, do we need to pass anything in here? Not really, no. Get press, yeah, we'll just do this here instead. Because we need the concept of the cameras. Oh yeah, right. So so RT, so press RT, RT equals new press, yeah. So this is RT dot mousepause dot x, and RT dot and mousepause dot y. What you're not enthusiastic about? Doesn't need that? Is that what you need? Yeah, seem happier now. All right, so yeah, because we'll just have the concept of the cameras. Little Miss Biz fanboy, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. So yeah, tomorrow we're coming back at early tomorrow morning. So if maybe you're gone already, but by the time I say this, but we're starting up again tomorrow early in the morning, and we're gonna marathon the rest of the weekend. So maybe if you're around, maybe I'll see you again sometime. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for contributing to the discussion, and I hope to see you again. Have a pleasant evening. If you like the I don't know if you followed yet, but there's a follow button there. So if you did like what you saw, feel free to click that. And yeah. Anyways, have a great evening. All right. So yeah. So this is basically this is just the setup for so yeah. At the end of get press, we're going to return RT. And so yeah, we can get all right. So we can get rid of this, and then we can click that. So yeah, I guess actually, yeah. Once we have the concept of the cameras, so like huh. I don't want to keep track of these things. I can keep track of the cameras and the yeah, I'm gonna keep track of the cameras. I'm not super concerned about stuff right now. I'm just gonna say so public game object, or actually I could just say public camera cameras, I guess. Equals no, I won't set it here. I'll set it outside. So yeah, I guess I'll just I'll just I don't know if there's like a, I don't know. The order here could be fairly arbitrary, and I would use enums if I was working on this project with other people, like if other people were expected to use this code base. But for now, I'm just gonna use ints as I always do. If you've seen the stream before, you know this is my MO. So so let's do what? Right. So 0 equals bottom left. 1 equals bottom right. 2 equals top left. 3 equals top right. In this case, mouse, or excuse me, rt dot world pause equals cameras. Oops, cameras. What? Cameras index. So this is bottom left. Bottom left, which we decided is 0. And then what do? We do something like ray cast, or like I forget what it's called. Oh, world to screen point, world to viewport point. It's one of these things. I'm gonna look online. Basically, we're gonna like shoot a laser out of the out of the camera and see where that laser goes, and that's how we can tell where in the world the user has pressed, and then we're going to use that. Once we have that information, we're going to use it to determine where to move the corresponding character. So what is it's a transfer position from viewport space into screen space. Wait, no. Into world space. Viewport space into world space, right? I think it's this one. Transfer position. So, oh no, the one I was thinking of returns array. But maybe that's cleaner. Oh yeah, screen point to array. Yeah, I think that's the one I usually use. But maybe the world point thing is cleaner. Let's see what comes back from what comes back from using world point. Screen point to array, screen to world point. Yeah, let's see what comes back from that. I mean, we're using an orthographic camera, so even if this isn't a like a solution for all of the places where I've used this before, it might be sufficient here. I don't know. Let's find out. So this is the else case for the Y position. So this is going to be the first one was bottom left, and this is going to be top left, which we decided is 2. And then this is going to be bottom. Right. This is going to be bottom right, which we said is index 1. 1, and then last but not least, index 3, because it's the one that we haven't used yet, and also because it's top right. All right, so save that. So now we'll say press. We'll also keep track of. Actually, yeah, no. So we won't declare it here. We'll say press. We'll say press current press, I guess. Equals nothing. We don't have to set it here. So we'll say so when we press down, when the player presses down, we'll say current press equals get press, and let's just print that. Let's print, because I just want to see what we're getting for out of screen to world point. So let's say print current press dot world pause, and let's see what pops out there. Errors. What? to non-delegate type unit. Oh, right, yeah, I forgot the paren. Screen to world point, paren. Wait, do I have to pass in something to screen to world point? I feel like maybe I probably have to, actually. Screen to world point. Yeah, right? I have to pass in. I have to pass in the screen point, right? Which we have already. The reason we have this like if tree is just to figure out which camera we're actually trying to get the position from, because as the characters move about independently, like the casting through different cameras will mean very different things with respect to world space. All right, so that probably makes more sense. Yeah, screen to world point is not a magical whatever. All right, so whoa, there are 4 audio listeners in the scene. All right. Wait, what? That's dumb. You can't have 4 audio listeners in the scene? That's dumb. I mean, I guess they just don't... Have they never heard of split screen before? I guess you can do split screen. You just can't do split audio. Weird. Oh yeah, audio listener. Look at that. I guess it just comes with cameras. So I'm just gonna deactivate all of them as audio listeners for now. If someone was talking about audio, and so maybe we'll put in an audio listener again at some point. But for now, I don't care about them, so we will just cool it. Index out of range exception. Excellent. Oh, that would probably have to do with the fact that I never actually set the cameras to to be things. I indicated what I would have wanted them to be. I'm pretty sure it goes bottom left. Oops, I didn't mean to click there. I'm pretty sure it goes bottom left, bottom right, top left, top right. So basically the order that et cetera, et cetera. I like how they're all called main camera. Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah. The other thing we can do is, because like, I don't know, if the sound effects aren't even positional, then we don't even really need an audio. Actually, I don't know how audio listeners work in that case. Because if none of the if the only reason we need a positional audio listener is if there's actually 3D sound in the scene. If we're using music, if we're using like background music, like the background music doesn't really come from any specific place. It's not like there's a person on the field playing music. It's not like there's actually a character in the game playing the music. It's just like that ambient effect, and it doesn't have to be 3D sound in that case. We can just use it as just like omnipresent sound that no matter where you are. But yeah, we can once we have sound, we can figure out something that makes more sense than having a complete vacuum. So let's click directly on the purple dude, and it says its x and z coordinates are -1.8 and -1.3. Let's see if that's accurate. So this is the top right, top left cube, and -0.8, -0.3. Yeah, that could be accurate. It's actually positioned at 0.4, but I might not have clicked exactly on it. So that actually looks like it's giving us accurate readings. Yeah. So that's good. I think. I think we can actually just use that. The ray thing, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I was just overthinking it with that. I don't know. And then, yeah, cool. So what else? And then, oh yeah, so if we click down here, does this give us the correct thing too? 1.9, -1.5, so that's bottom left. Is that accurate? Yeah, yep. And so then if we click over here, 1.7, 1.8, is that accurate as well? Bottom right, 1 point, yeah, positive. All right, cool. So it looks like what we have so far works. So now that we're getting the correct positions, we can Oh yeah, so that's the other thing that we need to do is we should keep track of which camera got clicked. Uh, so uh, so we'll also have public int. Oh, so I guess we don't have to do mouse. We don't actually have to keep track of mouse position for the press because the keeping track of mouse position only was only really pertinent for keeping the camera. I guess for determining the camera, right? I mean, like everything else is pretty much determined by the camera in the world space, I think. So, all right. So yeah, what if we can just use input mouse position instead of all those other things. So yeah, get rid of oh yeah, right. So public int cam. I'm just gonna say cam. All right. So yeah. So input that mouse position. Cut that. Kill that, and then all these things that just turned red are what we have to replace with, etc., etc. And then yeah, we'll also want to in the same logic tree we will want to set the cam as well, the camera as well. All right, so yeah. Oh yeah, actually, so we can just say cam equals no cam. Oh yeah, or excuse me, rt.cam equals 0, and we can say so we can say cam equals 0, cam equals 2, cam equals 1. Cam equals 3, and then we can just have this statement only occur once because regardless of what happens there, we can just say camera cam or rt.cam, excuse me, rt.cam, and then we don't have to say this several times over. All right, cool. Yep. Oh. So you have a sound recorder that you can record some salacious grunts for us. I when we were talking about audio, it occurred to me that this would be a cool project to have like a music component to it, so that like each member of the team could like represent like a different like instrument sort of, or they could have like a different voice, so that way like together, like working together, they like they create like the music of the game. I don't know. Maybe it's because maybe it's romantic notions that we have going on for this game, but that just amused me as an idea. Um, all right, so cool. So now we have the press. We can say current press equals get press, which we are in fact already saying. And so yeah, so what we want to so the reason I want to do this, yeah, I kind of do want to go a little bit further with this. Maybe, yeah. Actually, you know, I could even go further than this. I could even go so far as to say perhaps yeah, perhaps we don't even have to just keep track of the vector. No, I guess. Yeesh. Um. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Let's. So we don't even have to really. I kind of. So okay. So I'm thinking of like a grid system. Because I always think on grids. No, we decided it was going to be orthogonal, right? So we kind of decided that there would be a grid, and I was just kind of thinking of like how to. Oh no, yeah, you know what? No, this is good. This is fine because we'll make it so that we'll make it so that I guess there's like a travel distance. So public public press uh, press travel max equals, I don't know, like z 0.5, maybe 0.5. Yeah, 0.5. Huh. I don't know. Oh, public float. There's a float. Press driver max. I'm just thinking of like how to handle the input actually, because unless we're showing the grid, then we can't base it on grid space, because like even a slight distance might cross over a all right. Well, the stuff, the aspects that the assets that we make for this game don't have to be high polished. Like I don't know if you saw Rogue City, the last Stream Jam game, but like, I mean, like I'm not picky about what we add into the game. So even if you just want to make, even if it's not like polished or like superbly like expert quality or whatever, if it just has like humor value or CTY, CTY. I need a better 404 page for my site. Yeah, like so, like these mugs like don't even have textures or anything, like that, and like they're the only resource we have in this game, because like there was like the only resource like asset that anyone made for the game. So like it doesn't 100% like we even decided to make the explanation text just kind of like joke, like riff on how funny that is the point of this game is to collect mugs to build windmills, and that's because the only resource asset we had was these mugs, and one of the only buildings, we only had 5 buildings for the final project, and so 20% of the buildings that you build in this game are going to be windmills. So yeah, if you just felt like busting out sound recorder and doing whatever, you could then, to your credit, say that you have shipped you have been an audio designer on a super successful, as long as you always refer to it as like a super 100% turbo successful revolutionary innovative game product, then yeah, you can slap that on a resume or something. All right. All right. That's fair. Well, I'm planning on. Oh, I guess I don't know if we're in the same time zone. I always forget. I'm not good at geography. I'm guessing we're probably like an hour off from each other, right? So I'm planning on staying up until midnight tonight, which I think might be 11 o'clock your time. I don't know how time works, but that might be how it works. In which case, yeah, I'll be on for a while. So and again, I'll be working on this all weekend. So anytime you feel like sending something my way, one of the best ways to, I mean, yeah, you can always yeah, you know how to get in contact with me. All right, so oh, are we? Yeah, okay. All right, cool. um, so so yeah. All right. So yeah, the reason I'm putting in press travel max is so that way we can get press uh, when we or actually I'm gonna, not current press. I'm gonna call this call this press down, and then we'll also take another press on press up. I'll call it input down, and I'll call these inputs, not or no, nah, whatever. They're called press for whatever reason. It doesn't make as much sense to say that you're pressing up from the screen, but whatever. Whatever. So if input dot get mouse button up 0, this is where we can check to see if we should be registering movement or registering a valid command or not. Yeah, stream delay. Yeah. I have to, one of the important things for a streamer to be able to do is, remember what they said 20 seconds ago. Because every time they're responding to chat, they're responding to at least 20 seconds ago. Um, um, press down. So right. So now let's say press up equals get press. Uh, and now we can compare press up and press down to see if this is a valid input. So if yeah, right. So if press down dot world pause. Yeah, it seems weird to go by world pause, but I guess going by screen pause isn't much better. Yeah, no, world pause is fine. Yeah, no, world pause makes enough sense because the does it though? I'm not gonna. No, technically we would want to go by screen pause. So maybe, but then we have to keep track of screen pause. All right, so maybe we'll keep track of. All right, no, this is fine. Uh, I just feel silly because it's kind of undoing exactly or something that we just did, or it's redoing something that we just undid. I, in terms of undoing and redoing things, I don't mind flip flopping, but I don't like flop flip flopping or flip flop flipping or whatever you want to call it. All right, so screen pause, I think we called it. Yeah, and we want to keep it not because we need it for anything other than just to check the travel distance. And so I guess so we'll go by pixels now, and so it's probably not going to be 0.5. It's going to be way more than 0.5 pixels. Let's call it like 10 pixels, I guess. Save that. All right, so screen pause, and yeah, screen pause is going to equal input dot mouse position, and I think it's slightly cleaner to use rt dot screen pause than input dot mouse position. It probably doesn't matter. In fact, I'm not going to change it just in case. Just in case I decide to flip flop, or flop flip flop flip, whatever you want to call it. If I reverse my decision again, it wouldn't be the first time. All right. So, anyways, if press down dot yeah right. So now we're not doing world pause anymore. We're actually using screen pause as our determinant. And so press down screen pause minus press up dot screen pause. So the offset between these screen pause, if that offset dot magnitude, if the length of that what? No, magnitude. Oh right, I need to more parentheses. If screen pause dot magnitude is greater than is less than press travel max, then that means we haven't drifted. We pressed and we released in the same location. If we pressed and released in a different location, we're not going to process that command because that's how that way if you accidentally press, you can kind of like smear your finger a little bit and not have to worry about that command registering. So yeah. So this is the case where we're processing command. So now we have the I guess maybe we should use the average of the two. No, we should probably use press up as the position for the action, probably. We can always retool as needed. So let's say how are we gonna do this? Yeah, right. It's round. We're just gonna round it. We're gonna say in px equals press up dot world pause dot x Specifically, it's going to be mathf dot round to int. So we're taking the x position. So I'm arbitrarily deciding that the world has a grid of unit size 1. So we're just rounding to the nearest whole value, and